the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now
we are in a new podcast with a new guest. His name is Tyler Williams. He's a very distinguished and lethal bowler, renowned for his remarkable performance in South Africa's domestic cricket scene, and known for his consistent and impactful bowling. So he's our guest today. We are lucky to have him on the show, and just to let you know more about him, that he has represented his team in major tournaments across the country, and William's current form has been exceptional and drawing the attention from the cricket enthusiasts and experts, different experts, right? So, hey William, thank you for giving us the time, and we are very happy to have you, on the show, because you are so young and you can inspire, many young players, right? And because every player has a journey. So I like to know. I'm more interested to know if you tell us about about yourself to our viewers, because they're gonna across the globe, they're gonna check this podcast quickly as soon as we release it. So we'd like to know that about your cricketing journey. So how it was started, and you tell more about that. Let's get started with this.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Sean, for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. It's my first podcast ever, so yeah, thanks for having me. My cricketing journey started at the age of 3. It started in my house with a cricket bat, with a cricket ball. My father actually introduced me with a cricket bat, and yeah, that's basically where it started. And then as the years progressed, I attended Somerset West Primary, represented all my respective age groups, and was fortunate enough to have captained most of those sides in my primary school. As the years went by, I was fortunate enough to get the opportunity to attend one of the greatest schools in the country, which is Boys High. And I don't know if you know, but one of the greats of the game also attended that school, Jock Cullis. So yeah, I was very fortunate enough to attend Wamba Boys High, and then obviously during my time at high school, played under 14 cricket right up until the first team, and then from then onwards, represented the under 19 Western Province team. From there, got selected for Cubs Week, which is another national tournament in South Africa. After that tournament, got included in the Western Province Academy / Colts, which is basically like semi-professional cricket. And yeah, so currently I'm busy playing for the university team, as well as the Western Province Colts. So yeah, that's basically been my cricketing journey up until this point in time.
So, as you sum up that journey, so you started playing in a very early age. I'm not saying you started playing. It's just that I'm sure you started picking up the bat, and you started if you just recall your past days in your childhood, as you said, you started playing at the age of 3. At the age of 3, it's very hard to recall those days, but I'm sure in the back of your mind you had some memories stored. So that's how. So eventually it's very evident that you want to be a cricket guy, right? And we are sure that you're going to be playing for the South Africa international cricket very soon, right? So that's great. And Tyler, can you share some of your challenges that you faced in the early time in your career, and how you overcame them? I'm sure you must have been through some hardships, and it's with every person across the globe, right, in the world. So in any sport, Yeah. So, is there anything you like to give more, insight?
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't say there was many challenges in primary school, but I can recall some challenges during high school, and then just a couple of years ago, a couple of years back, sorry. So during high school, obviously I represented, my province at youth level from under 13 up until under 13, and then during high school, I think it was under 15 and under 17 back then. Yeah, I never got selected to represent the Western Province youth team, and for me it was a very tough time because I then started doubting myself on whether I am good enough or not. But I kept on believing in myself and I kept on telling myself that no, I am good enough. I just got to keep on working harder, and I know that everything happens for a reason, because I'm a firm believer in that everything happens for a reason. As the time passed by, I remember, I think it was after Cubs week. Yeah, after Cubs week, I had a brilliant Cubs week. Had hopes of making the SA under 19 team, but then I fell short of making that. And up until this day, so I have a couple of friends that obviously represented SA under 19. And we, up until this day, we still laugh about it because I'm the odd one out. So whenever they speak about the SA under 19, I feel like I'm the odd one out. But like I said, everything happens for a reason. Hopefully God has, better things in store for me. And then I think, was it a year or two ago? Yeah, obviously typical fast bowler injury, lower back problems. I was out for how long? 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months. Yeah.
It's a long time. Yes.
Yeah, it's basically half a year. Yeah. And I remember it happened in August. So we had the pre-season, which happened in June, July, and August, and then September was when season was obviously going to start. And just before season started, I got injured. And it was a very very tough time because all that hard work was basically for nothing. So for the next 3 months, I was out, couldn't take part in any cricket, couldn't train, couldn't do any physical activity, and the back end was basically just rehab. But how I got through those hard times was basically, I kept on telling myself that, just keep believing in yourself, just keep trusting the process. Everything does happen for a reason, and eventually, everything will plan out accordingly. So yeah.
That's great. That's great that you overcame with all those, after all those injuries, and you didn't, stop believing in yourself. So these are the, basic, but these are the fundamental, but it's very hard to follow, right? Because it's easy to that believe in yourself, but sometimes we broke, right? So
yeah.
So it's making statements are easy, but follow till the predicament, like the difficult situation is something that makes you a real human in your life, right? That's true.
Yeah.
And Tyler, who has been your biggest mentor in your cricketing journey?
I would say my biggest mentor / role model would be probably my dad. My dad has been there. My dad has been there since day one, up until now. And if I can recall, I don't think he missed a single cricket match. I think it's only recently now that he's missed a couple because I can drive now, so I drive myself to my cricket game. So that's probably the only those few that he missed. But if I can recall, he hasn't missed anything. But the reason why he is my biggest mentor is, he's played the game. He was a fast bowler as well. So me talking to him, it's very, relatable. And our conversations is very understanding. He offers a variety of advice to me, and it's really up to me whether I want to take his advice on board. And up until now, I've listened to him open-heartedly, and I've taken everything he says and I've taken it on board. And up until now, I can say that it's been working. And so he's probably the biggest mentor
Right.
in my cricketing journey so far.
So he's also your role model in your journey? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like to make a point here that yesterday we talked to one guy. He's a short put guy, like he's a short put player, international player, Akash. So his father actually the same, like you just explained. His father was also a mentor and a role model, in his career. So you are the second guy. We have met a lot of we come across a lot of players, and sometimes they say like they take the name of another player, right? So I think you and another guy we talked yesterday. So both of you, consecutively, right, the same thing to us, that his father was his mentor, and his everything, right? So the way that's great. It's we have to take their name. We have to appreciate them. They brought us here, right? So
yeah, definitely.
Yes. So Tyler, how what has been your most memorable moment on the field? Do you remember any moment?
Yeah, it actually happened like last season, so a couple of months ago. My most memorable moment was taking six for 48 in a Colts game. So obviously, as you know, I represent the Western Province Colts.
Yes.
And we played against the Boland Colts, which was held at Newlands on that day.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if I can recall, I took 2 wickets in the power play, and then my following 3 wickets, so the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th wicket was basically a hat-trick. And then obviously my 6th wicket, I just cleaned up to finish the innings. But why that game and that spell has been the most memorable moment of my cricketing career is because not only was it because I took a 5 and a hat-trick, but it's because it was on Newlands, as well as my parents and my sister were there to witness it. So so they were there on that day to actually witness that spell of bowling, and that will forever, be in my heart, and I'll cherish that moment for forever. So up until today, that's been my most memorable moment on the field.
Yes. Yeah, thanks for telling us in detail, and I'm sure the people gonna listen you very carefully, right? And anything you would like to share, that I'm sure even you are playing in domestic cricket, but handling pressure is something it's there, right? Whether it's domestic or international. So how do you handle the pressure? Is there anything your coach or your father is a mentor? So how do you tackle that thing?
I would say, so I basically, whenever I train, I always tell myself, the way you train is the way you'll play. So whatever I do in training is what I'm going to do and implement during the game. So during trainings, I try to put myself, in various of situations, and I try to put a lot of pressure under myself, because by the time it gets to the game, it's much easier, because you've done it so many times, you've repeated it so many times, and by the time it gets to the game, and when the pressure comes, it feels like normal because you have done it so many times. And recently, so as you know, I've been playing cricket now for the university, of the Western Cape now, I think for 3 years now.
Mhm.
And the current head coach, Richard Pybus, I'm not sure if you know him, but he's coached Pakistan, he's coached West Indies, the Titans, the Cobras, very successful teams. And he's very big on the mental side of the game. And he basically just tells you to basically just think positively. Because if you can tell yourself that you are better than the batsman, half of the battle's already won because you believe in yourself. So that's basically how I tackle pressure, and yeah, that's basically sums it up.
So what I was
Here we
saying,
go.
yeah, I was saying that I like the idea that you put yourself in a pressure, right? So that is something that generally people don't do, right? We wait for the pressure. We don't put ourselves in a situation where we create the environment, right? So that's nice. Very great thing to actually make ourselves focused and determined for our goal, right?
Yeah.
And like, what are your strengths as a bowler in your game?
I would say my strength as a bowler would probably be my natural shape that I get through the air. Obviously, I wouldn't want to give too much away, because if somebody's probably watching this, they're probably gonna prepare for me whenever I bowl again. So I can swing it both ways, just putting it out there. But it's my natural shape through the air, and my control of the ball. You wouldn't find too many balls down leg. So my consistency on the line and length would probably be one of my strengths, and then obviously the natural shape in the air. But other than that, none really. I just gotta work on some things during the preseason now.
You are not specific about anything. You sometimes it takes time to find out the strengths and weaknesses, but nobody can. Sometimes we look through the other lens, right? People tell you, right, but they take but as a person, like, we know internally, right? So I'm sure, like, what are your strengths, but you are taking time to figure it out. What are my strengths? Right? So because you want to make sure that this is something I possess, right? Great.
Yeah.
And Tyler, like, do you have any like short-term and long-term goals for your game?
Yeah, I do. My short-term goal will probably be to actually become a full-time professional cricketer. So basically land a contract within the next couple of years. And then my long-term goal would be to represent my country, and obviously from there play in the IPL and use cricket as a vehicle, to travel the world. So that would be my short-term and my long-term goal.
Okay. India is a big, India is everything in cricket right now. So, I wish that you're gonna get a chance in your life to, to be selected in IPL and show your talent, because they are giving a lot of chances to people across the globe, right? And I just thought to ask you that who's your favorite cricketer?
Wow, that's a tough question. I've had so many in the past.
I thought like it's the easiest question that I have asked. Like it's something.
It's because I had so many in the past. Let me actually think. I would say my favorite cricketer at the moment would probably be Ben Stokes.
Okay, Ben Stokes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually, like, even the Africa has given a lot of great players. Yes. And I love watching these two brothers, Courtney Walsh and Courtney Ambrose. If
Yeah.
their action, like they were bowlers, right? Fast bowlers.
Yeah.
So it's very hard. It's very scary to defend them, play against them, right? So
Yeah.
they were so great. So Ben Stokes, right? So great.
Yeah.
And what's your advice to young aspiring cricketers? Any advice you like to give to them?
Yeah, definitely. Just my advice to young aspiring cricketers would be believe in yourself. Trust the process. Work hard. And never give up. I can basically relate with all of those things that I've just said. So that would probably be my advice to aspiring cricketers out there.
Right. So you come from South Africa, so I'm sure how can we forget guys like 20 Rhodes, Sam Pollard, these guys we used to take holidays. We used to take holidays and watch cricket at that.
Yeah.
And in the last, I like to ask you, what's your message to your fans and supporters? If you like to add anything.
My message to my fans and supporters. Not that I have a lot of fans. If I do, basically unaware of it.
Never know. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think you are humble. That's why you are saying that. But I'm sure, So
yeah. My message to my fans and supporters is basically, all I want to say is just thank you. Thank you for your continuous love, support during the tough times as well as the good times. You guys have been there for me, and I truly, truly appreciate it. And then hopefully during the upcoming season, we as a collective can achieve greater things and go on to greater heights. So yeah.
Great. So Tyler, with this last question, we are ending this podcast, right? But we are very happy. I'm very happy after having a discussion with you, and we had a very casual talk, so I enjoyed that, right? So and I found that you are a very humble guy, so stay like that, stay in the same way, and wish you good luck and keep doing your hard work, and we like to see representing South Africa one day. So it's not that far, because I'm sure you're gonna get a chance. It's all about hard work and your luck strikes. After a few months, after some time, for sure, right? So and we'll be saying that we had a before you were going to join that international cricket. We had a talk, and it was a great time talking to you.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Is it late for you over there?
No, it's only 5:06.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Is it late for you?
No. It's India is not the same India. We used to sleep at 9:30, 10 p.m. But now we have a nightlife here, so all good.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we work a lot, and we spend a lot. So everything is great. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Great. So thank you very much again, and I hope we're gonna connect again very soon.
Yeah.
And
okay, cool.
Just message us, right? And cool. Or we will message you, right?
Cool. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure.
And then hopefully, I wish you nothing but the best also with your podcast, and may it go to greater heights, and may you achieve great things.
Yeah. It's we are blessed to have you on the show, and I'm not just saying for the sake of saying. I'm just talking I'm just saying from the bottom of my heart. So these are the blessings we get, from everyone. So we're happy.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay.
Enjoy your week.
No problem, brother. Cheers. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye-bye.